Hi, Melissa from S.P.I.R.I.T here, and we are out in Rocklin today with a very sweet family just to see what's going on with some paranormal claims, some different activity. We don't know all of the history yet, and we don't know all of the claims yet, as normal. We do want to be, just kind of going cold and get a feel for the space, and then we are absolutely going to hear from our client to understand what types of things she's experiencing. And we are practicing our proper social distancing here as we are still going through the various phases here in California, and so we're being mindful. So we're just making sure that we can help both the physical and the spiritual realm for our client and be mindful of all of their needs. So we're just gonna poke a few meters around. This is mostly going to be a blessing. The majority of what we're doing here today is just a blessing, but we're gonna poke a couple meters around and have me walk through the house to see, is there anything that feels a little off, a little weird? Is there a reason that they would be having a variety of types of activity? And then hopefully we can dig into maybe the history of the space a little bit, or what kind of things that the client has had occur. So we're really excited to get resolution and get some answers. I don't quite know what we're going to encounter. I have been feeling an energy up at the top of the stairs, kind of pacing back and forth and walking around a little bit. And so we'll go up there in a little bit and kind of see what's going on. I do feel a male energy up there, kind of poking around. I don't necessarily feel threatened, but I do feel curiosity. And I also feel a much older woman, probably maybe 80s to 90s, kind of nosing around in things, being a little bit picky and nosy, and I don't know, a little bit bossy, honestly. So I don't know what she's doing. So I'm just gonna wander and feel the souls, because there does feel like there's a little bit of energy. I think they're just getting a little rambunctious and a little loud, and maybe they need to understand kindness and manners and boundaries and respect the space that's being shared with living people, and not ignoring their needs to just feel safe and have a good night's rest. I do feel something going on outside, like around the perimeter, and I can't quite put my finger on it, so I'd like to kind of dig around. So let's have an adventure and let's figure it out.
Sounds good.
Amethyst does tend to be a little bit of an amplifier sometimes, especially for intuitive ability and spiritual energy. It's also a very good stone overall. It's yeah, mine too. I like it quite a bit. So it does carry its own potency. So it does have a bit of a psychic or a third eye type of connection for people. So it will amplify your ability that is natural. This is interesting. Like I feel like I'm sitting. I can see like, oh, somebody is expressing a little bit of belly pain. Oh, it's uncomfortable. It's actually quite a bit of abdominal discomfort and problems going on. A lot of sharp pain, pressure. And I'm sitting and I hear almost like something like moving in the kitchen, like a shuffling or like a smallest sound. There's something moving, and you just turn and look. It's so fleeting. I feel like it's almost like little fleeting movements. Fleeting movement. That woman, that older woman, she's very much like she's just into everything. She's like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Oh, what are you doing with this? Oh, let me take care of that. She's very nosy. Very nosy lady, but she's sweet. She means well. She's just nosy. The male, he's maybe 60 to 70. He's a little grouchy. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm not bothering anybody. Leave me alone. Just being a little grumpy. I don't know what his problem is. I think we'll deal with him in a minute. What is it? He's just grumpy. He just kind of wants to tinker and do what he wants to do, and he doesn't want to be told Doesn't want to be told what to do. There's a smaller energy. Possibly animal, possibly a child, I don't know, but a smaller energy. This feels like it might have been a while ago though. I keep feeling like there's somebody staring at me out here. I keep feeling stared at through the window. It's kind of weird. And that natural noise was from the client, but
Yeah, sure.
I almost feel like that would be a noise that would happen when a person's not standing there, like the creak or a footfall, and there's not a living person that should be creating that noise. Does that make sense? You don't have to give me too much detail, but
No, that makes sense.
okay, because that just it's like they're putzing around the house and like getting into things. Nosy little dead people. Where are they all coming from? There's something ceremonial or ritualistic feeling, like a ritual practice, and not necessarily dark, but just ritualistic practice, like a tradition or religious practice. Yeah, maybe there was, I don't know, an energy flux or a boundary issue with a practice that caused something to, I don't know, triggered a cascade over time of activity. It's something ritual based or ceremonial based. I will explore that more. I feel the sound of opening, but things aren't actually opening, but I feel like the sound of things opening, and it triggers like a response of like what you know, like you know, the clattering, stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, I know that was the door, but it's not the door. But I know that it was the door. Why? It sounds like the door is opening.
So you're feeling something right at the landing?
Yes. What is that? It's a strange feeling. I don't quite know how to explain it. It feels electric.
Electric?
Yeah, kind of like this like tingly, pulsing feeling.
Well, we can definitely verify that with
Yeah.
some of the meters.
Some meter readings right here would be helpful.
Okay, you got it.
This is weird. Very Celtic.
Yeah.
Oh, my ears are ringing up here. Oh, mama mia. This is causing some ringing.
Yeah.
Like massive, like piercing ear ringing. It's like really, really loud. Maybe it's just because I'm in tune to that kind of thing, or I am sensitive to that type of thing, but oh man. Ooh, back for that energy with the abdominal discomfort. Up here. What is happening here? So what I'm seeing is this, like, I hear something coming up the stairs, and then I'm seeing like a pacing around some sort of, it feels very anxious. It's a lot of anxious movement. Being an empath is fun, yay. It feels a lot of anxiety, a lot of movement. There's also a male in his 40s to 50s that I feel. And he's, seems to be brunette. Discomfort in the chest. Very rough. Just like blue collar, tough, strong energy. Well, you know, salt of the earth type of energy. I don't quite, and my hands feel numb. I don't know why they would feel numb. they feel very, maybe this is like a diabetic type of tingle. This is a weird, that's what it feels like, prickly. It feels very prickly.
Mm.
I feel elbow pain and like shoulder pain, like joint pain. It's a lot of pressure. I feel like a lot of pain and pressure. There would definitely be the sensation of like somebody coming up and going and sitting upon the bed. I feel like the weight, the pressure of something sitting at the bed. How are the dreams? The dreams seem a little vivid. The dream life seems vivid and active, almost visitation-like spirit's able to like communicate something or trying to communicate something to a sleeping person, trying to convey information. Okay. How are your dreams? Because I feel like they're looking for a vulnerability. Well, and everyone does dream, by the way, just a matter of
Right, yeah, but I don't.
remembering them may, because I feel like this is what I'm seeing is I see a dead person trying to communicate to somebody, and I think the fact that they're not able to get their messages through, maybe because you're not receiving them, it's causing a little frustration.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like, come on, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
A little fussiness about it. Why aren't you hearing me? Why aren't you hearing me? Oh, it's tight right there. Very tight energy. It's an interesting shower curtain. I feel weird electricity coming out of the closet. Like it feels. I don't want to go too far in there because there's
You fall in the hole.
Yeah.
Fall on the rabbit hole.
But I just feel electric energy coming out of here.
Oh, do you really?
And that may be residual living energy. So obviously there's a lot of personal belongings in that space. So I think that can create a lot of residual tingle, that kind of energy. Especially if anything is in there from anybody who is no longer alive. That can raise the volume sometimes with residual energy on objects, because I feel like somebody comes in here and just looks at stuff.
If somebody comes in there and looks at stuff?
Yeah, like a dead person just like looks, oh, look at this. Like it's more of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look at that. And just it's more like a
Yeah.
going through stuff and just saying, oh, I remember this, or oh, that's really neat, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's cute, I like that, that kind of thing. It's that sort of sense memory type of feeling in there.
Yeah, well, just staying home, I'm purging.
Oh, so you're going through everything and
In my garage.
remembering.
My daughter's help, and so of years. I've been here 25 years.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of remembering happening because it seems to be brewing up energy. Movement of stuff is bringing up stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But I'll tell you when I tell you stories.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you've got layers of different things happening over the course of time, but I think some of the new stuff may be just a little pot stirring, which is not it's fine to purge, things that you don't need anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like there's an energy that keeps, like a deceased energy that keeps looking at stuff and like almost going through the memories too. And I'm trying to figure that out. I haven't quite figured that out just yet. Caused a lot of discomfort through the throat and the chest with some just pressure in here. I think we can move to another room.
Yeah.
What is this? There is definitely a level of residual fear energy. A lot of residual fear. And I don't know, it just feels like a psychic signature of some kind. I can't quite put my finger on it. What is that? And that man comes into this space and looks around and then walks back out. It's like a path, a continual path. What are you trying to say? Stubborn jerk, aren't I? I do see a woman sitting on here. I don't know what she's doing. She keeps doing stuff with her hands. I can't figure out what she's doing with her hands, but she keeps touching this and then doing stuff with her hands. And then sitting down. It's always good to be busy. That's what I'm hearing. No wonder she's making such noise. Next room. What the hell is happening in here?
Oh no.
This feels like a lot of focus, a lot of intensity, a lot of OCD, perfectionism, details, I feel that kind of desire and energy. And I don't know if that's coming from a dead person or if that's a living energy, but there's this very pragmatic, detailed energy in the space. I don't know if where they followed me from or where I'm getting this from, but it just feels like somebody that's very, very much knowing how they like things, you know? This is how it should be done. This is how I like it. Very picky, very, very picky energy. And this energy in here almost feels like it's gone neutral over time. Like the intensity level has come down in this space for some reason. But it feels like there was like a volume knob. Notice it does not make sense. Like it just seems like the volume knob has changed in this space over time, and because out of all the rooms, like it feels like this would have activity, but it's changed. Something's changed in here, and I don't quite know what changed. Like I mean, just it's a shift. I feel the energetic shift in this space. Definitely can clear some of this stuff out, but I don't know what we do with those dead people because I don't feel like they're mean. I just feel like they're a little.
I don't think this person is a dead person.
Okay, so I could.
Because it was someone that.
Okay.
A family friend that
stored stuff
stood here and did work in here.
Okay, so I might.
Has exactly the same personality.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
you could, yeah, because I will feel.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I will feel the living, and and they, we all leave our junk energetically everywhere we go. So okay, well then, residual energy from a living person is much easier to dissipate.
Good.
In a space. Some of the deceased energy I feel, I don't think they're necessarily trying to hurt anyone either, but I don't think they're respecting boundaries as well as they should. And so I kind of want to maybe try to get a little interaction on the meters with them and see if they'll acknowledge their attitude and their what they're doing, and Because I just feel like they're not respecting your boundaries. They're not respecting your space at all. It's as if either they're acting like they're unaware of you, or they just don't care. And I want them to care.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah, we need that. They need to respect that. But I feel like there's also an energy attached to the land. I wouldn't mind looking outside in the backyard a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit of energy going on out there, and I can't quite put my finger on it just yet. So I'd like to take a look at that. And then we can figure some of this stuff out.
Right.
It feels busy.
Yeah. So you're saying you feel a lot of like things come back and forth?
Yeah, I feel a lot of movement, a lot of pattern movement. And man, the auditory phenomena is, it's profound, at least to me. The auditory phenomena in this space feels very profound. One of the energies did give me a pain in my liver. It's just like a sharp pain in my liver. So I don't know if that was something they had trouble with or a concern, but it was very sharp pain in my liver. It just hit me all of a sudden. And the profound, like the breathing problems are really big. The asthma or lung concerns are big with one of the souls. So I think there's a lot of energy moving, living, dead, both, a lot of movement, I don't feel like there's anything dark or evil. At least I haven't figured that out yet, but I feel like there are some energies that might be rude or disrespectful that are lacking appropriate manners. And perhaps I should educate them on what manners are with the living. As long as I don't go pushing me down the stairs.
No.
Oh, God.
You definitely got a very nice sanctuary vibe started out here.
Yeah.
And I think that might be important, especially with, a little bit of spiritual inclination, is making the space even that much more zen for yourself. Continue to see, you've got some soil out, you're starting to work on it. I think investing some time out here and doing this, and then getting it even more zen for yourself, and taking some kind of quiet, prayerful, or meditative time out here in nature, that grounding energy, that tree, like, it feels really good, the energy feels really good. Getting into that kind of space, I think will help continue to clear you, and then maybe it will give you the energy boost, and then therefore the assertiveness to set some boundaries with these less than manner-filled dead. I think that's where the energy shift has to happen, but this feels like this could be pure sanctuary out here. A couple more plants, a couple more things in the pots, and just really get it to be a good grounding space. I have to ground regularly, and so getting out into nature is kind of how I do it. Even getting out here barefoot and putting your feet on actual earth, feel that wonderful earth energy working through you. I think that would be kind of awesome, very helpful. Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like the land wants to be loved. There's like this interconnectivity between the land and like, no, we just want some love. We want to love you back. It's massive earth energy out here. Sounds cliche, but it feels very native to me. It just feels like they want to commune with you in a positive, nature-filled way. So I think that would be a good thing. That like the Native American energy would enjoy this being lifted up into a positive, like more alive version. Like you've got a great start, just adding a little more color, a little more layers. I think that would help a lot. It would also help you. It'd be therapeutic. What is, oh. That's interesting. They keep drawing me back to that landing on the stairs. It's almost if there's like a vortex or something underneath the stairs. Or like coming through them. Coming like up and through them. Yeah, it feels like something's like energy's moving through the stairs. That's just what it feels like. They keep saying, don't forget the stairs, don't forget the stairs. I won't, I'll bless the heck out of them. Trust me. I don't think it's ill will. I don't think it's demonic. I don't think it's that kind of energy. But I think it's just, they're being naughty, little dead. They're just being a little rude. Loud crashes, loud sounds, waking you up, startling you, shadows right in front of you. Like a lot of this just completely disrespectful activity that is just like they're not understanding. I think it's because they see some of the light within you, and you may not be as in tune or necessarily with your kind of sensitivities, but they see the potential, and so they're just getting fussy and they're trying to like force you to notice them. And you don't have to. There's nothing to say you have to engage them at all. But they want. They're like, listen to me. It's very kind of rude. You wouldn't tolerate that out of a living person, let alone, an energy-filled, non-corporeal person. So, yeah, it's a lot of intensity coming out of there. I almost can hear them clearer out here. Like my mind is clearer out here. It feels clouded in there. Yeah, it feels a little bit cloudy, and I don't know what that is. If it's maybe some living people anxiety mixed with some of the dead, and it's causing kind of like a confluence of just like a cloud system of energy, a little bit psychokinetic. So like PK. All right, shall we continue?